of Mitt Romney to say, look, Donald Trump isn't our cup of tea. We should fight him at every step of the way. Now, was he endorsing a brokered convention? Was he trying to say, steal votes from Donald Trump and prevent that? No, he wasn't. But Donald Trump, talking in Kansas, and a lot of his people, a lot of others have interpreted it that way, said all of a sudden that this was something that Mitt Romney was trying to do, to steal the election from Donald Trump. He says no. The Trump folks say yes. Now with us on the phone, former Ronald Reagan cabinet member Bill Bennett, who is concerned about this. I guess, Bill, your argument had been pretty much maybe what Phil Robertson's was, Mitt Romney, stay out of this. Is that about right?
Well, stay out of it the way, don't get into it the way he did. I can't match Phil Robertson's natural eloquence there. But look, you know, what Mitt Romney did, he could have said he was opposed to Trump and wasn't going to support him. By the way, I haven't endorsed Trump. I don't plan to, and I'm appalled by a lot of things he said. But what Romney did was wrong. When Romney says, how does he explain to his grandchildren, you know, supporting Trump, how does he explain to his grandchildren going to the guy 4 years ago, begging him for his endorsement, praising him on TV, telling him that, you know, he was a better businessman than Mitt Romney was, and then 4 years later, just taking the stage and just ripping him apart. When the
well, he must have expected all of this, right, Bill? I mean, Mitt Romney knew, and he told me he knew that he would be going into a buzzsaw criticism for doing this, but he says that he's learned a lot and seen a lot and just heard a lot. So, but you know, but Paul Ryan has said similar things. John McCain has said similar things.
No, they
so
haven't.
how do you differentiate between someone who just doesn't personally like the guy? He didn't advocate stealing an election from him.
No, but he ripped him from one end to the other. 4 years ago, he was begging him for his endorsement.
He wouldn't be the first politician to do that.
No, that's right. But this is what makes people cynical about politics. And this notion that I don't, you know, I just reject everything he stands for.
Well, Bill, couldn't you say the same about Donald Trump? Wait a minute. Couldn't you say that about Donald Trump?
No. Let me answer. What he stands for today, Donald Trump, 80% of it he stood for when Mitt Romney endorsed. Now, Mitt Romney's free to do whatever he wants, but don't tell me that it's indecent, more indecent, to make some ridiculous reference to private parts than it is to totally try to destroy a guy who 4 years earlier you went with that in hand. You just don't do that.
Then why is it any different but just be fair and balanced on this issue?
Sure.
Then why is it any different for Donald Trump, who praised that same candidate 4 years ago and praised all of these other candidates who are in the race now? Why is that double standard only applying to those who dislike Donald Trump?
No, but he didn't seek their endorsement in the way that Romney went and sought the endorsement of Trump. Play that thing from 4 years ago. I actually thought Trump was, you know, fairly decent to Romney. So I understand why he did it. You know, I opposed him getting in this time. But, you know, this attempt to take down Trump, the larger picture, and again, I'm not an endorser of Trump, but this attempt to take down Trump, get Trump no matter what, could really destroy this party. This guy has, whatever you think of it, brought in people in this party that we have not seen before, and by the way, that we've been begging for the last 10 years.
So real quickly, you don't think he'd go down to defeat in the general election? You think he could be a big winner when all is said and done?
I don't know whether he could or not, but I'll tell you this, I'm a procedural regular, and if the nominating process puts him forward, if they try to steal that and do things in a regular or underhanded or questionable way, this party
will come apart and lose these millions of people. That would be a very, very different story. Bill Bennett, thank you very, very much. All right, we have a